All right, time now for Give Me the Headlines, presented by Hyundai. We're in the newspaper shop, the printing press. We're about to go to press. We got to go to press here pretty early if we're going to get this newspaper on the doorstep.
We got to get it out.
So let's start with the 49ers beat the Cardinals. Final score in this one was 35-16. Your headline for this one is?
Pur-fect? Almost
perfect for Brock Purdy.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good again. Christian McCaffrey was better than pretty good.
Christian McCaffrey, through 4 weeks, through the month of September, has a chance to be the NFL MVP. Now, it's I said it last week. I said it to Dan Patrick. He goes, who's the first month MVP? I said Tua and Christian McCaffrey. Like, the award itself has become way too much of a quarterback award here. But we're talking about arguably the best team in football.
Yeah.
He is the focal point of their offense.
Yes.
They run the ball with him every play. They try to throw him the ball every play.
And he will get more credit than Brock Purdy, I think.
I think
continues.
so, too. I think so. But where they're dangerous is they can run the ball like that, and then Brock Purdy can carve you up like that. It's kind of like pick your poison.
He was 20 of 21 for 283 yards, but VK does say, yes, damn okay, Christian McCaffrey, that's it. That's the tweet. VK, someone we work with here at NBC. He was awesome. But, yeah, I mean, 20 of 21 for Brock Purdy. It's just for those that maybe thought what we saw last year was an aberration, it's not going to continue. There's no way it can continue for the last pick in the draft. It's continued.
And maybe the theme of the podcast here, right? Just people who fit the system or place they're in, like we kind of just talked about with a few other people. Talked about with the Texans, right? The personnel makes sense there, right? There was another team we just talked about a minute ago that also was along those lines that I can't remember exactly anymore, but it's getting late. Either way, yeah. He's smart. He's got a good arm. He's got great feel in the pocket. And most importantly, he listens to what Kyle Shanahan says. And when you listen to him, you got a chance. But they were phenomenal today. I mean, I'm sitting in my notes and just going, McCaffrey, Purdy, killing it. McCaffrey, Purdy, Ayuk, killing it. I mean, hey, the Cardinals, I'll give them credit. They battled back, made this a football game.
They converted a lot of third downs.
Oh, my gosh,
what did they end up with?
8 for 15.
8 of 15, 53%.
Yeah.
So just like every time they were like moving the chains. And I think they're going to be much like the Houston Texans and the Rams. It's like these teams that people don't expect to be there. You're supposed to beat them. It's just like, dang, that was tough. That was harder than it should have been.
They're well coached on defense without a lot of great talent. Okay, offensively, they're also well coached. They stay patient with the run. They're not a great running team, but they're a good running team. And then when you talk about Michael Wilson, Hollywood Brown, all right, and Zach Ertz at tight end and stuff, you start to go, damn, they got some weapons there, and they didn't have Rondale Moore today, or he did play, I think I'm seeing here, but I didn't see him do anything. So they got some guys that can scare you for sure. That's the big thing. But, hey, the game's 21-10. The 49ers get the ball in the third quarter, and you go, oh, here they go. They're going to move down the field. The Cardinals make a good stop them like they're on fringe field goal territory. Shanahan does the right thing, doesn't kick the long field goal. They punt it. They get at their own 1-yard line. You're like, oh, man, the Cardinals are on their own one. This is going to be punt the ball back. The 49ers are going to get the ball at the 45-yard line. They're going to score, and the game's going to be over. They go on an incredible 99-yard touchdown drive. I mean, incredible. Mainly with what it seemed like was big passes from Dobbs. One, I think, was to Michael Wilson, the rookie from Stanford, and another one to Hollywood Brown.
Michael Wilson
I know, right? Michael Wilson's real. He is. He popped last week against Dallas, too. But so you think, oh, whoa, we got a game here. But 49ers get the ball back and just reassert their dominance right away. Go right down the field, score. They're a machine right now. They really are. And when he has a weapon that he starts to, and I mean he as in Shanahan, that makes you start to, oh, we got a game plan for him here, and we got a game plan for him there. It's just going to be trouble for teams because they're going to start going, we got to double him here. And now you're going to go, well, now Debo's like this or Ayuk's like this.
Yeah.
That's where it becomes an issue.
Can we talk about Ayuk just for a second here, too? And, Pete, I don't know if you can pull up the dots that you have here on the 42-yard pass to Brandon Ayuk. So, there has been a lot of talk for a while in San Francisco that he could be a legit number one.
Yeah.
Right? We haven't seen it. It's been more potential than actual results
Right.
on the field. He goes 6 catches, 148 yards in this one. What have you seen? And here's the play with the dots. What have you seen from Ayuk and Purdy's connection with him?
This was a risky decision, but it was like the proper throw here because you can see there's 2 secondary players back there. He kind of stops Ayuk in front of the defenders to let him go up and get the ball. But I think your question about Ayuk is the debate, and I think the debate they're going to be stuck in. I think he's an awesome number 2, maybe a 1A-ish, right? Right? I mean, you're certainly glad to have him on our football team. What I wonder with them is, can they pay him? You know, they're paying Kittle, they're paying McCaffrey, they're paying Deebo Samuel, they're paying Trent Williams,
Paying Bosa.
they're paying Bosa. I mean, when I say they're paying these people, they're like, McCaffrey's the highest paid guy.
Yeah.
Trent Williams is the highest paid guy.
I know.
Nick Bosa is the highest paid guy.
I think they're cheating with the salary cap. I don't know how they're doing that.
And they're going to have they have the most salary cap room going into next year.
The math doesn't check out.
They've done smart and got ahead of these things, I think, and balanced it the right way there. But Ayuk is really damn good. I guess I'd like to see more before I'd say he's a bona fide number 1. What I really look at him as an awesome number 2. And I don't mean to be disrespectful that way, but that's kind of just how I look at him.
Purdy's pass right there traveled 46.8 yards through the air, his longest completed pass by air distance of his career.
That was his career, huh?
It's been a pretty short
Yeah,
career. But.
yeah, I know. They're so explosive. He had that throw. He had another deep in cut to Ayuk that was really impressive, where he kind of rolled out and Ayuk was running the other way. And then, they found McCaffrey. A little bit like how the Chiefs are. They send these weapons downfield, and then McCaffrey works the underneath coverage, and it's just a mismatch against linebackers, and that's where they're going to be tough going for it. It's going to be tough with them in Dallas this week. Ooh, man, Dallas is going to have their work cut out stopping that offense.
Speaking of the Cowboys, perfect transition. They do defeat the Patriots, and not just defeat them, they crush them. 38-3 was the final score. Your headline for this game is?
It's Kill Bill.
Oh, God.
Bill's dead. Bill Belichick is dead. He's been killed. In the figurative coaching terms, he's never had his butt whooped like he did this Sunday.
And Bill O'Brien's offense, too. But, worst loss of Bill Belichick's career. His previous worst was 31-0, that loss to the Bills in Week 1 of the 2003 season, if you can remember that one. That was a.k.a. the Lawyer Malloy game.
That's right. Yeah, I do remember that game. Yeah.
And so
Drew Bledsoe was the quarterback of the Bills.
How did this happen? Because watching it, it's not like the Cowboys' offense was awesome.
No,
they stalled out a few times too. Actually, they couldn't punch the ball in the end zone.
No, I mean it could have been worse.
Right?
They kind of came out early though. The pass game was good. It was effective. Like Dak and made some big plays to Gallup, Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb. The big thing of the game is their offense and the pass game look good for Dallas, but the bottom line is the Cowboys defense scored 2 touchdowns. I mean, it's hard to win that way, right? And a strip sack by Mack, who gets outside the pocket. But, hey, you're not that fast. You got to look around. You got to check to make sure people aren't right on your heels, because since you're not fast and other guys are faster, they're going to gain ground on you. Strip sack, fumble, touchdown. Good play by Dante Fowler. But then, okay, here we are, and maybe we could get something going before the half, and right? And they're kind of moving the ball. And then he thinks he's Josh Allen or Mahomes, and he's going to throw the ball all the way across the field,
which he did earlier in the game, and it was complete.
Earlier that drive, I believe.
Wasn't that drive?
I think it was earlier that drive.
Which is like, people are like, why do they do that? I was like, well, because probably it works sometimes.
It works sometimes, and sometimes the coverage can be so moved over to a side. You see a guy and you go, wow, right? But here's a big moment. It's 21-3. You need something positive to go in the halftime. And this was not one where the whole team was over to one side. It was like, wait, you look back, there's a guy there. Yeah, he's a few yards downfield, and you got to make like a 30-yard throw that's only 6 yards down the field. And undercut by Deron Bland, who's going to be playing a lot more now because Trayvon Diggs got hurt.
Oh, yeah.
And he showed up, and that was night, and that was all she wrote there in Dallas.
It's one of those games where if you're a supporter of Mac Jones, you feel like the coaching has failed him, and if you're not a supporter of Mac Jones, you feel like he has failed the coaching. And I feel like that's the case with any player. It's funny hearing people evaluate the quarterback and the coaching. It depends on if you like the guy or not. It's like Justin Fields. If you like him, the Bears have let him down, but that's a topic for another day.
You're right about that.
But Micah Parsons was terrorizing him and the entire offensive line. He generated 9 pressures in the Cowboys win. This is according to Next Gen Stats. His 8th consecutive game with 5 or more pressures.
That's insane.
He leads the NFL in nearly every pass rushing metric this season, so that makes life difficult on any quarterback.
Yeah. There's too much on Mac Jones right now. First off, he's not Mahomes or Josh Allen or some superstar like that. He needs system help. And then we know they're not super talented at receiver, right? So they don't scare people that way. So what's the other thing they need? They need a game. And other than the Jets game last week, that's the only game they've been able to run the ball at all, really. So, it just doesn't make sense with how they're playing right now, or it's not sustainable to think, oh, they're going to be some great offensive machine here with like, oh, yeah, we're going to drop back and throw it 45 times a game with Mac Jones, and that's how we're going to win football games? No, there's no way. That's just not going to. It's 42 attempts against the Miami Dolphins, okay? I just want to go through this real quick because I think people need to hear it. You play the Eagles. They threw the ball 54 times. Couldn't run the ball then. Last week, like I said, against the Jets, it was a little bit better, right? I know Zeke had a decent day. I'm trying to pull it up, and I'm choking under the pressure here.
No.
Where the hell's that damn game? There it is. Okay? But so last week they win. They ran the ball. They were balanced. They threw it 29 times. And now here they were back today to we can't run the ball and we're going to put it on Dak's hand. And it's not like Mac's hands.
Yeah.
And it's not like they got game-breaking receivers to play that style of football.
They didn't get to run many plays at all in this game. They just were
They were
short
obliterated
drives.
there.
So not good. But a good game coming up between the Cowboys and the 49ers. We got a good
Dak was great. Dak's going to have to be like he was today to beat the 49ers. I'm interested to see this Cowboys defense and what they can do to kind of slow down this 49ers offense that, is maybe functioning as a high level than anybody else in the game right now.
That was Give Me the Headlines presented by Hyundai.
Yo, thanks for watching, homies. I appreciate it. As always, the NFL season is right around the corner, so now it's your turn to hit subscribe to Chris Simms Unbuttoned. If you want to get all the training camp battles, preseason film review, playoff predictions, and much, much more, you know where to find it. It's right here, Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Please subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Peace out, homies. See you soon.